EV and hydrogen stocks update for Panasonic, Romeo Power, American Battery Metals, and SunHydrogen. So before we'll go into this, we'll first of all try and have a look at a piece written as it concerns Panasonic, and it says here that Panasonic is about to start producing Tesla's 4680 battery cells. And it says that Nikkei Asia has reported that Panasonic will begin producing prototypes of a new, cheaper type of battery for Tesla's electric vehicles. The new tabless 4680 battery cells. Panasonic will start producing them sometime this year, 2021. And it's noted that Tesla has confirmed that its new battery cells will be produced by Panasonic in its dedicated facility at the Gigafactory in Nevada. Although Tesla has plans to make the new cell itself, Nikkei Asia pointed out that those in the battery industry believe that Tesla may find it difficult to handle all the production on its own, and that Panasonic will seek a future partnership to take on some of the load. Okay, and said back in March 2020, Panasonic recorded $4.57 billion in sales from its automotive battery business, with Tesla as its main customer by far. Panasonic plans to expand capacity by 10% this year, 2021, at Gigasparks, and could be considering a new factory in Europe, according to fresh data produced. And it says here that Panasonic is the third largest producer of electric vehicle batteries. So we return here and we can see that Panasonic is trading on the OTC. It's traded on the pink sheets. It's an ADR as well. So it has a market cap of $27.3 billion, and technically it says that Panasonic appears to be consolidating within a longer term uptrend. Shares are presently above 200-day moving average, which is rising along the 10-day moving average. However, the average directional index is below 20, indicating that shares have exhibited sideways movement recently. Okay, let's go up there and see again. Yeah, so currently it is slightly up 0.6%, so it is just a very modest gain, and the stock is not too expensive for a lot of market participants. So we covered this covered Panasonic some days ago, but we promised to come up with an update. So nothing really has changed very much on as it concerns Panasonic. There's no doubt that Panasonic is definitely a good buy. If you really want to wait for a pullback, that has not happened in a long time. You know, the last time that it actually traded below. The last time it presented a good buying opportunity was sometime in October, and since that time, none of that has occurred again. And since that time, EV stocks and renewable stocks have continued to remain very hot on the radar of a lot of market participants, and also going into the presidency of Joe Biden. Panasonic might trade differently. So I would say, if you really want to jump in on Panasonic, do so. But let it be a long-term play. Don't just go in there to see if you can scalp and day trade and stuff like that. So we'll see if we can go back, if this will allow us, and look at Romeo Power. So let's see if we can refresh this. So Romeo Power is currently down 13.25%, and today's volume so far is 8.3 million shares, which is according to what they're saying there, above average. So before we get into what it says there, let's see what we can get technically from Romeo Power. It says Romeo Power appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend. Let's see if it is a longer term bullish trend. Yes, this is a longer term trend line, this yellow line down here. So it's correcting within it, which is some positive for those who are not already there. Although its MACD is presently below the signal line, shares remain 67.8% above an upward sloping 200-day moving average. Comparative relative strength analysis shows that the issue is outperforming the S&P 500. Momentum for Romeo Power strongly bullish, strongly bearish. Okay, its 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is falling as investors sell shares and drive the price lower. You can see that this is a better representation, the best representations of what we have here for momentum, which is the price rate of change. You can see this in the negative territory. So volume, the last 10 days have seen significant volume in Romeo Power, with average daily volume above the average for the last year. Today's volume is no exception, with 8.29 million shares having been traded already. The unbalanced volume shows that the longer term accumulation has given way to near term selling pressure by traders. The Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility that accompanied the recent price move. Events such as this may precede a pause or reversal in a near-term trend. So let's see if we can find any news here concerning Romeo Power. Okay, so it says here continued volatility after closing business combination last week. Company and Heritage Environmental Services announced today that they are launching a program to select fleet electrification partners to execute on Heritage Environmental Services fleet electrification strategy. Okay, so what does it say again? Continued volatility after closing business combination last week. Okay, the company and Heritage Environment today announced that they launched a program to select. So, okay, so that we saw something about that Heritage Environmental. Okay, let's see again. Heritage Environmental Services, and okay, so a leading provider of environmental services also agreed to participate as an observer to the Heritage Romeo Power Fleet Electrification Program. The program's key performance metrics will be shared with US Ecology as they consider electrification solutions for their fleet of 1,100 trucks. The launch of electrification program with Romeo Power marks an important step in the fleet electrification strategy as we seek to find the safest, most reliable, efficient, and greenest solution, commented Jeff Labrowski, President and CEO of Heritage Energy Services. Okay, so this is some positive, but sometimes it happens when you have a positive news, the stock drops. So it may have dropped for reasons that we do not exactly know. Market participants also may have also felt that it was a good time for them to cash in and then also jump in later on. So this was the at the time it reached this all-time high was on the 24th of December. So but it has continued to drop and drop and drop. So currently now it is below its 20, the 10 and 20-day trend lines, the short-term trend lines. So it's above the intermediate trend line, which is the 50-day trend line. So it is currently presenting a short-term buying opportunity, but it's for some market participants, they may find this $19.39 price as very high, but that's what's going on with Romeo Power, and so in the very short time, it is presenting a good buying opportunity, and but it's a stock that you also have to be really careful. So if you're really going to jump into the stock, don't risk a lot of capital into it. I would say do not put anything more than $100 into this, and see how it goes from there. It's not going to fetch you a lot of shares, but just see how it goes from there. It's currently below its short-term trend lines, and there's this positive news that it's collaborating with Heritage Energy Services and they're like. Okay, so the next issue we're gonna consider is American battery metals. Yeah, we hope it comes up. So American battery metals is also down. It's down 18.21%. So unlike Romeo Power, it says it appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is of course sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero. So momentum for American battery metals, as measured by the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator, is waning. Okay, so this price rate of change is the best indicator. It has dipped. It has dipped from its 600 and some fraction percent down to about roughly 400 and some fraction. This means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases, and they'll be taking profits in positions bought at lower prices. Today's volume is on track to be lighter than usual, with 14.439 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So there's a piece of disclosure here. Yeah, but it seems it's not that much material to the stock itself. It's a personal disclosure, I believe. Probably an insider is disposing or acquiring some equity, probably. So we have what we're looking at right now. I think it's also slightly below or almost converged with its short-term trend line. So that might be considered a buying opportunity. So let's see now. It's as at the 28th of December, it was trading at $1.55. So currently now it's at $1.12. So so it has corrected. It has corrected even up to more than 20%. So yes, it's looking like it's presenting a buying opportunity. So if you're really going to go into American batteries, like I said, as it concerns Romeo Power, don't risk a lot of money. nothing more than $100. I would say, that $100 will fetch you so much more than it will fetch you on in the case of Romeo Power. So and go from there and see what's going to come out. So the next issue will be SunHydrogen. So SunHydrogen is up 4.05%. Let's see if we can refresh that. Okay. So it's up 4.05%. You can see has today's volume is 46.4 million shares. It's below average. You can see it has a share float of $2.42 billion, which is also partly behind the price it has. It's penny stock price. Not absolutely, but if he were trading, if he had less shares, it will. If they reduce the number of shares, then this will be up. But that's an aside. It's not that relevant. But it's also important because with time in future, it can be a factor. But a smaller float for a penny stock would make the stock infinitely volatile. But it's a good balance. It's a good balance. It's a penny stock, and it has this sort of volume, so it keeps it from volatility from running away. You can imagine a case where it's probably has a few millions and it's trading at this sort of price. You see very massive spikes up on its chart, but we don't see. We see already. You can see two significant spikes and corrections, but it would be probably more than that if we had a small fall. But that's an aside. Let's see what it's offering technically. SunHydrogen appears to be correcting within a strong bullish trend. It's 200-day moving average upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above 0. The momentum for SunHydrogen, as measured by 14-period stochastic oscillator, is waning. This means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and may even be taking profits in positions bought at lower prices. Today's volume is on track to be lighter than usual, with 14.382 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So you can see the momentum. What was said about it? It says yes, is waning, no doubt about that. You can see it's currently at 28.4%. At some point, it was at 600 and I saw 733%. So yeah, even a bit of recent, it's was as much as 117%. So yeah, so it's just like American battery metals. It's also trading below its trend 10-day trend line. It's one of its short-term trend lines. So indeed, just like American batteries, American battery metals, nothing more than $100. That will even fetch you much yet more shares. I mean, as a matter of fact, this SunHydrogen seems to be the best play. If you're going to invest the $100, I was recommended. So because it's going to fetch you more shares, and you have better room of that increase in that gaining more value than as against the other ones that are trading at higher prices. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for watching this video, and do share this video. Thank you very much.